All right, let's get into our next topic. Fall camp is right around the corner. Obviously, starts in just a couple of days on July 31st. So I wanted to kind of go through some things, maybe throw out there. What are some things that you are concerned about or would like to see answered coming in out of fall camp? Like, what are some things you'd like to know? Like, obviously, starting quarterbacks one, but what are some concerns, questions that you have that you'd like to see answered, or kind of find out what we've got in fall camp heading into fall camp, obviously.
Who the wide receiver three is going to be.
Hmm.
One and two's pretty locked down. One's always got to be Fields. Two will be Greathouse. It's really got to be who's got to be wide receiver three. And are we seeing a separation at tight end? Like, do we have a clear cut starting tight end? And then, of course, with Jagasaw's injury, who's going to be taking the spot? Are we going to go for freshman, or are we going to go with someone who's played snaps before with us? Defensive
Yeah,
side of the ball, yeah, the defense
but
is just going to do. Defense got to do what they want to do. There's not a lot of going around there. Maybe you could say Jalen Sneed going to be someone, or him and Bowen got to be the 1-2, or we got to work KVA in more, and him and Bowen be the 1-2 more of on the linebacker side. Besides that, there's nothing else I really have a question for.
all right. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I obviously quarterback's a huge one. We'll get into that here in a second. But I kind of want to see. I want to see who the RB3 is. Right. Like, I think most people would say it's Aeneas, but I kind of want to see like how they plan to utilize, because I know they want to get Keidron Young on the field this year. That they redshirted him last year. Between the two of him and Aeneas, I think to kind of save his eligibility, because I think he's got some talent. How do they balance that? Because I don't think you can every single game run a 4 running back rotation. I just don't think it's feasible. So I'm interested to see how Sider kind of balances that. Right. Again, I'm kind of interested to see the battle between Faison and Pauling for that wide receiver 3 spot. I think it makes it even more interesting that Greathouse has kind of moved back into the slot. So there's our 3 slot guys right there. How does that work? Right. I'm also interested to see, from all the reports we get, how does Kenny and how does CJ look with the first team offense? Because we got to see a little bit of it, and we got to see some stuff from them in the spring game, obviously, but that wasn't the starting offensive line. That was without Jeremiah Love. Jaden Greathouse didn't play many snaps. The defense was, kind of shuffled. It wasn't really the first team, second team. It was all kind of a mix and match scenario. I want to see how those guys look. And also, how does Freeman get them prepared? Get Freeman, get either Kenny or CJ, whoever starts, ready for the atmosphere week one. Because it's one thing to just blast music through the speakers, blast sound, but outside of that, do you bring pressure? Like, live pressure? Do you put CJ and Kenny in scenarios where it's not, you're just in practice, right? You got to get them in that mindset. You're on the road, hostile environment, under the lights, first start, put them in a bad situation and see how they handle it, right? And then also, like, how does the free safety spot work? Seem like you got a battle right now between Talich and Stroman. How does that play out? I'm sure to see, who comes out and wins that battle.